Welcome back to another episode of Below the Yellow Line. I'm one of your hosts, Clay.
I'm Park.
Yeah, I'm Braxton.
Episode 5, the Coke 600, boys.
Long race.
Yes, it was.
Before we start, let's remember what this day is really for.
Right.
Remembering all the ones that sacrificed their lives for us. If you're a veteran or know someone that did that, we thank you, and you're all in our thoughts today. But the 600 boys, what a weekend it was! A long weekend.
Yep, it was a huge weekend.
It was starting off. Prime airs its first NASCAR race. I think it's the first time NASCAR's went to a streaming service. They did
Yeah.
really good too. I thought Prime, the commentary and everything from pre-race, post-race, during the, I thought it was all. I thought they did a really good job. So I wouldn't mind to see Prime. I know that he got 4 more races.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
The only thing that sucks about that, so many people's complaining about having to get a subscription to watch NASCAR
Mhm.
now, but that's where everything's going.
It
That's how it's
is.
going to be. I mean, heck, I think we're doing, is it 5 races on Prime?
Mhm.
You can do the free 30-day trial. You'll miss one race.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, that was good.
And
Yeah,
then I know last week we talked about how it's not fair that Kyle Larson didn't have to qualify in the All-Star race. We didn't know if he'd do it this week. He did it.
Yeah.
Dude was busy.
yeah,
I We'll get to it later, but I feel bad for dude. All the money and time spent,
yeah.
and it didn't go the way he wanted to.
I bet he sleeps all day today.
Yeah.
That's a long weekend.
I think that was good that Saturday they had no on track activities for
Mhm.
F1 to allow them to be there.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
It was also Jimmy Johnson's 700 career start. They said something about it before the race. I can't remember how many people's done it, but that's a milestone right
Oh
there.
yeah,
That's me and you was talking about it. How do we feel about him still racing? 'Cause
it's like
he's
it's a
not
charity
competitive.
case at this point. I
Yeah.
think.
For me, he's not racing for anything anymore.
No.
Like he's not racing for a cup championship. I think he just misses it and just wants to get back out
Yeah,
there.
he
But
hopes he doesn't lose touch or something like that.
yeah,
Maybe.
but like Parker said, he's not competitive.
No.
I hate it too because
He was a real good driver.
7 cup championships.
Mm-hmm.
It's tied for all time.
Yep.
Mhm.
So he's not a slouch by any means.
No.
I don't think he can figure this car out.
Way out of the prime.
Yeah, and when you're not racing this car every week like these drivers, you, it's just hard hearing these drivers saying,
Like every race he's been in here lately, I think he's DNF'd on, hasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah,
he might have finished the Daytona 500,
yeah.
but the other ones, yeah.
His qualifying for 600 was not awful.
No.
It was in front of Blaney and Chase.
Yeah.
So I mean, his qualifying, I was like, dang, Jimmy's gonna have a good race. Not a chance.
No.
So getting into practice on Saturday, uh, Ross Chastain looks good in practice. So I knew he was going to have a hot car, but he wrecks, and he had the 8th fastest lap, but it didn't matter. He had to start at the rear in a backup car at that. Now remember that because
That's crazy.
we'll come back to that, but just remember that. And your top 10 fastest laps in practice was Hocevar had the fastest lap. Then it was Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Ross Chastain, and Michael McDowell.
Pretty good.
Yeah, some of them drivers you wouldn't expect to see
No,
in
not
the
at
top
all.
10.
Mm-mm.
This is kind of a weird weekend also with the drivers we've seen constantly up front. It's good for them, but
Right.
it's just not something I don't think we expected.
No, not at all.
What else? Y'all got anything else in practice or anything?
Nothing on practice.
Not practice.
What about qualifying? Y'all got anything in qualifying?
Let's see.
I've got Carson Hocevar spins on his first qualifying lap, but doesn't look like he has damage, didn't hit the wall or anything. And then Tyler Reddick tries to run the wall in 3 and 4, but hits the wall, finishes the lap, but lost a lot of time.
Yeah.
So that's where his came from. Top 10 in qualifying, Briscoe wins the pole. We've had 2 crown jewel races, and he's won both the poles.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. First year being with the 19 team.
That is, yeah.
Then Kyle Larson, second qualifying. William Byron, Chris Buescher, AJ Allmendinger, John Hunter Nemechek, seventh. Ty Gibbs, Noah Gregson, Alex Bowman, and Christopher Bell. You was talking about Alex Bowman earlier before we started. Had a really good weekend.
Yeah.
Really good car too. I love the paint scheme and everything about it. Chase qualified 22nd and Blaney qualified 21st. So that's where our drivers started.
Not what we wanted.
No.
It was gonna be I knew it was gonna be a long race to make something happen. But the way the race was, it was gonna have to be something other than you doing all the passing, like your pit road's gonna have to pass for you.
Yep.
But
They was talking about there was another bump at this race. I think it was in 3 and 4.
I feel like there's one everywhere now.
Yeah. Last year I don't remember them talking about bumps as much, but this year
back to back to back races.
We'll talk about Kyle Larson because this was a big weekend for him. Attempting the 1,100 miles, the 500 and 600.
Big weekend for Byron.
It was. Feel bad for dude.
Yeah.
Long weekend, but he's not my favorite driver. But if you're gonna put that much time and effort into something, I feel bad when you don't get the results.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. The dude obviously just loves to drive.
Yeah.
Tried to do something good for the sport. Did y'all watch the Indy?
I did. I watched a pretty good bit of it.
It was like it reminded me a little bit of Cup. Like there wasn't a lot of passing in that, and it was just right off the restarts, the passing. There was a couple drivers went out before the race even started.
Yes.
I was like, man, I had to like rewind to make sure the race hadn't started. The dude just took himself out before the race could even start.
They said it was so cold. There was a slipping and sliding out there, especially when you're going 200 something miles. You want them tires to stick, and they wouldn't. Boy, I would be putting around that track.
Yes, sir.
At least finish.
Yes.
Dang. But no, the Indy was a good race. It was fun to watch.
Especially the last laps.
Yeah.
I don't know the drivers, but it was just competitive right there at the last, kind of like the Coca-Cola was.
Yep.
So, y'all got anything before we get into the race we're here to talk about?
Arca, Xfinity. Xfinity was good. I watched that, and that was belt to hind end the whole day for Byron. We got up there, won all stages, and then for the last race start, he goes. I don't know why. He goes all the way to the back, and he's starting from dead last, and comes in there. Normally, in my opinion, the best Xfinity car is Justin Allgaier, one of the best drivers by far out there, and he did really well, and then Byron's out there chipping away, comes back to win all stages and the stinking race from starting dead last at that last restart.
Had a dominant weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Weekend, dude. Saturday and Sunday. Another thing about Xfinity, Connor Zilic returns from his wreck at Talladega.
Yep.
Good to see him back. Young driver. Hate that happened at Talladega. We was all there to witness it. Hard hit.
Yeah.
And then Arca, you brought up Arca.
Cletus.
Cletus
Our boy
returned.
Cletus.
But finally gets in the front row. Hits the pace car.
Don't know what to do with himself.
No, the restart spins the tires, causes a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Listening to his video, he didn't know it was going to be that slick up there. Just went to do it and spun them tires. He got excited when he seen the dude in first go, and he was trying to beat him to it, and spun the tires. And
Thought he was drag racing.
yeah,
I like that dude.
Yeah,
He is so
you
good
can't
for the
dislike
sport.
Cletus.
yeah, he's really good
The
for the sport.
popularity he's bringing. I mean, even like we've talked about before, ARCA.
Right.
Before Cletus McFarland was racing ARCA, I don't know anybody that was like, I'm just gonna sit down and watch the ARCA race today.
Yeah.
But
Like
See.
when we would go to Talladega to do the garage experience, that was the day you just drink and just listen to the cars go around. This past year, I had a reason to watch,
right,
and it made it so much fun.
Is he going to race anymore? Or
I think he's going to do the Bristol race,
Okay.
but I think I don't know. He popped up this one out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
wasn't planning on doing it, so
No.
you never know. But I know he's planning on doing Bristol. Anything else before the main?
Another thing about Xfinity, Sammy Smith, he finished 5th overall, but then got disqualified due to improper weights after post-race inspection. His second DQ in 2 months.
Wah, wah, wah.
Not looking good for the guy.
No.
Sounds like Cletus and Arca.
Yep.
And I'm sure he's gonna get a fine after this for hitting the pace car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was saying something earlier that Squirrel said. Well, what would he say?
He said, "Well, Cletus, worst thing possible, you own a brand new Camry."
So the Coca-Cola 600 race, long race,
It was a very long
Yeah.
race. What was it, 400 laps?
400. Well, does anybody know the final duration of that race?
Uh-uh.
It had to be like 4 hours and close to 4.5 hours.
The average is 4 to 5. Yeah. So,
Can you imagine just being in that car that long?
especially after you just went and ran Indy.
Well, he got an early exit.
He did.
He got to rest a little bit.
What did he
Wow.
put? He put his 92 laps in and then went to the Cup Series.
4 hours and 55 minutes.
Yes.
Ooh.
God. It started at 6:02 p.m. Eastern time, so 5 our time, and ended at 9:57 our time.
I seen
Good
the
God.
average it posted on the TV before the race started. A driver loses 3,000 calories and 8 pounds during the race.
That's what Byron, after on the post race, he was on the desk or whatever, and they asked him, and he said, "I probably lost about 3,000 calories."
Mhm.
They said, "What are you going to eat after this?" He said, "It ain't going to be good food." He said,
No.
"I'm going to eat."
There you go.
So, stage one, y'all got anything interesting?
No, I mean,
No.
not really stage one.
William Byron wins it.
Yeah.
So he continued his Xfinity over to Cup Series. I didn't really think he was going to be as competitive as he was,
I didn't either.
because usually this time during the season he's like more towards the middle back of the pack.
Yeah,
But it's this year, I think this is the best speed he's had in his
for sure.
racing.
That's the first
Time.
couple of races the past few years. He goes out and dominates them.
Yeah,
Then throughout the rest of the regular season, you don't hear about him again. And then playoffs, he starts to pick it
Right.
up.
I wouldn't mind to see that dude back in the championship four to have a shot at the title. I really like Byron.
he's going to get him a win, or he's going to get a Cup Series title. It's not a matter of if, it's when.
Man,
He's still young though. He's got plenty of time. Y'all got anything about stage two?
the lap 111, Jimmy Johnson, Cole Custer, and Connor Zilich got into it. They wrecked.
Poor Jimmy, man.
Yeah,
Like we was talking about. Just I hate it for him. I hate it for Connor Zilich too. This is Sackett Cup Series start.
yeah.
Was it stage 2 when Larson spun out when he was in first and Blaney was in the pits and it screwed Blaney over? Or was that stage 1?
That was
Was
stage
it?
one, yeah.
Yeah. Blaney, he ended up getting lucky. He didn't go a lap down.
Yeah.
But whew, I thought he was going to screw Blaney
Then
again.
there at the end, before he got wrecked, who was it? Somebody spun out, but they spun out on pit road,
Oh yeah.
so it helped. Dude has the worst luck.
Yeah. Also stage two, Blaney gets caught in somebody else's crap and gets wrecked out.
Yeah.
That's enough said about that. It's so repetitive, man.
Wrong place, wrong time. I feel like I was at the start of the year talking about this crap with Chase having crappy luck. I
Yeah.
don't like to see it on y'all's driver, but somebody's kind of feeling what I went through at the start.
And somebody like Suarez, man, he, I don't, he got lucky and got in the playoffs with that win.
In Atlanta last year.
Right. With the three-way finish, shouldn't have won that race, but he's one of them dudes you won't see here for too long. You just ain't gonna see him.
What we
He's
talking about
gonna
getting deported or he's an American citizen now.
No, I'm saying he's gonna be with Harrison Burton or somebody else.
I didn't know where it was going.
Golly.
Yeah, stage two though. Your stage two winner was William Byron again. Like I said, dominant weekend for the guy. And then stage three, because we had 4 stages. This is the only race of the year we'll have 4 stages. Y'all got anything stage three or anything stage two? I looked over.
Byron wins the stage again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
He did. And then stage four, I think it was the best stage of all night.
Yeah.
Especially the last 20 laps when Denny found out he's going to run out of gas and he's going to have to come down pit road early and end his day because he looked good. Denny had a shot. He had a winning car.
Yeah.
But luck was not on his side.
What were they doing that for? Were they trying to do that in the strategy, like gas, make it all the way?
So
like how do you fall off that many laps?
So not the last pit. All right, so he ran out of gas. Not the pit before that, but the pit before that.
Mm-hmm.
They went short on gas trying to get him out quicker. And then they knew the last pit, they had to get every drop of gas in that car for him just to make it to the end.
Okay.
I think they
Did they get any drops in?
I don't know. There was so much leaking out. I don't know if what was going on with the gas, but he had to pit with 12 laps left.
Do we think like the end of the race was going to be a different look if Denny was up there?
Oh, 100%.
I think it would have been a 3-car. I think it would have been 3 cars fighting for it.
Yeah.
Because Chastain's car came out of nowhere and boy was going. With 8 laps to go, William Byron and Chastain are fighting it out, and Chastain makes the pass, gets up in front of him to where Byron's either about to have to wreck it or slow down. But that's Chastain. He's always been aggressive. You like it or you hate it.
He's a fun guy to watch.
He is. And
if you're starting getting into NASCAR, watch Chastain. Watch how he drives when he's up there.
Go back and watch the Hell Melon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's illegal now, but boys, back then, when I seen that, I was like, oh my, like I remember standing up in the living room hollering like, what the heck?
That
was crazy.
The video game move.
That's the thing about Ross though. Like he's not consistent. He'll get a top 10 here and there. I think he finished second at Texas, and then another top 10. But other than that, he's mid-pack. But if they give him a car with speed, he shows you what he can do with real speed.
Yeah,
they just don't deliver the car he needs everywhere.
That's Trackhouse, like Suarez. He really don't have a car, and then
SVG.
Yeah, he
had a good finish.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't really hear of him until a road course comes up,
right?
And then but yeah, 8 laps to go. Chastain passes Byron, and Byron just can't get back to him, and Chastain wins it. Starts dead last in a backup car. He said they started working on that thing that night, left at 2:30 the next morning, came back to work on it at 5:30. So
and he said most of the pit crew guys are like 40, 45 minutes away.
So they probably went home, ate them something, got a shower, and came right back.
Yep.
I bet them guys are feeling so good about getting that car to victory lane, though. I feel good I'm happy for Chastain.
Me too.
It's his first crown jewel win. That's really,
Sixth. That was what his sixth career win.
yeah.
That was good.
Thinking about that though, I thought he would have had more than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy for the guy. But your top 10 finishes at the 600. Chastain wins it. Byron in second. Then it goes Chase Briscoe, AJ Allmendinger, Brad Keselowski. We've been
Big
talking
Bad
about him.
Brad.
Maybe this is what they needed. Maybe he can carry some momentum and finally get him a win this season.
As he
Yeah.
finally finished fifth after that All-Star race.
Mhm.
Disappointing All-Star race for him, but like you said, maybe they'll get him going in the right direction.
And then your guy Chase finishes sixth. Let's talk about Chase. Really
Just-
good day all day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Consistent all day.
Yeah, literally. What was he? 5th to 12th, probably
Yeah.
all day.
All day.
I mean,
Ran 10th for quite some time. But it's just like I've been saying every episode. Well, other than a couple episodes ago, but the dude, he's such a consistent driver, a great driver. It's like he's just not aggressive like he needs to be. Like it's
Yeah.
cool to be up there and cool to be on points. He's probably so good on points right now he could DNF the next race and be okay. Get up there and wreck somebody, man. Try and get a win. But I don't think his car was near as good as Chastain's or Byron's, though. But good day for him.
yeah. Michael McDowell finishes 7th. Don't really see him that much finishing top
No,
10. That's good.
he's usually a DNF.
That's good for that car. 8th, Christopher Bell. I say this, I don't know if that's a good finish for him or kind of a disappointing finish. Because he's just usually always top 5 or so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just seeing him. I mean, it's still a good points day, no, nonetheless. But
But knowing that driver and how he normally
Right.
is, yeah.
Ryan Priest and Noah Gregson. Noah Gregson.
Gregson
Yeah.
surprised me. I will say that my most surprising driver of the day was Noah Gregson.
That's what when we was watching it yesterday. That's what we was talking about because he was fighting for 5th or something.
He was
Yeah.
up there.
It's like, dang, Gregson he might have a really good finish
Yeah.
today. It's still a good finish, top 10, never disappointing.
Right.
That's good for him because you don't normally see him finishing top
No.
10 at all.
No.
Root for the guy every week, though.
Yeah.
Want him to do good.
He's top 3, one of my favorite drivers.
Yeah.
Because like we talked about last week, he's all about the fans.
Yep.
And I love a driver. Because when we got to meet him, he was, yeah, let's take a picture. Yeah. Some drivers, you don't see that.
No.
Y'all got anything else about the race, though?
It was, like you said, good overall race, but took it right there till the end to really. It was so long, it was hard to just sit and
Right.
watch.
It was. There's so much we're not talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if we talked about literally everything,
Oh,
Be here all day.
yeah, our podcast would be as long as that race
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Well, I think we hit the high points.
mm-hmm.
Hocevar.
Hocevar had a really good car, fighting for the lead. Blows the engine, it looked like to me.
Just outside the top 10 in stage 1, 4th and 2, and 3rd and 3.
When did he end up finishing?
I have no clue.
But still a solid day, just not a good finish. I think he's gonna get him a win here pretty soon.
AJ Allmendinger.
4th.
And he was consistent all day. His 5th stage 1, 6th stage 2, and 6th stage 3. Didn't expect to see him up there
No.
all day.
I remember
34th is where he
Mhm.
finished.
did he DNF?
Mm-hmm.
Hate
Yep.
it for the guy, man. But going back to AJ Allmendinger, I remember a couple years ago, him and Blaney had a little feud for a couple races. It was on a road course, and I think Blaney did something to AJ, and AJ said, "If I catch him, he's going around. Never could catch him." But I was looking for AJ the next couple races just to see if he could catch Blaney, and they never got beside each other. So I guess it just
Died out.
yeah. But like I was telling y'all before we started, it's a surprising top 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Priest and Gregson, McDowell, even Brad Kozlowski, with a year he's had to come home fifth.
Maybe that All-Star race woke him up. Hopefully.
I hope
I
so.
like Brad. Chase's brother.
I'm glad y'all like him.
So, favorite paint scheme. What we had a lot this weekend.
It was the iconic weekend. Paint schemes were awesome. I love this weekend for paint schemes.
You had a few that didn't participate, I'd say, like Kyle Larson ran the same car he ran last year. But who was yours, Clay? Who was your favorite?
I'm going with my driver, Chase Elliott. That
Really?
was the digital camo with the red
Mhm.
number 9. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I love that car. Memorial Day weekend is always like some of his best paint schemes I've ever seen. What about you? What you got?
I got Briscoe in the Bass Pro Shop car.
That was nice.
It was a good looking car.
I mean, I'm
Finished
used to
third, too.
Truex
Came
running
home
it,
third.
but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. 19 usually always looks good most of the time.
Yeah.
He raced that same car very similar in the Xfinity race too, so that
Mhm.
was pretty cool.
Here you got Skeet.
I'm gonna go with our driver, Ryan Blaney. I loved
That was a nice
I
car.
loved it. It ended up in the hauler earlier than I wanted it to, but
Yeah.
still a really nice car.
Still look good in the holler, too, though.
Yeah.
I will say that is probably my top 2 paint schemes from Blaney right there. I love that car.
I think Darlington's got to be my favorite.
Either that or the Coca 600 a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
the camo one he had.
That was a nice one. So we'll go to the biggest loser, Clay.
I got
Mr.
Larson. It's kind of thrown up there. Anybody can probably guess that, but it's hard to say he's the biggest loser. He just did something that was monumental in the sport. Just didn't work out the way he wanted it, but that's my biggest loser. Not getting all 1100 done.
I second that motion.
I'm gonna third it. The reason for me is it's not even he's a big loser. It just sucks for
Yeah.
him. I hate it for him, and I'm not a Larson fan by any means. He's more at the bottom for me, but I just hate it for you hate it for anybody putting that much time and effort into something.
And he just
Yeah.
barely got clipped.
Yeah,
After they threw Blaney in the wall and Suarez came down and just barely clipped him.
I hate it.
F1 he wrecked by himself, and
But I mean, he's still gonna be in the playoffs. He's
Yeah,
got
for
3
sure.
wins. He's second points now because Byron took over. I don't know if we talked about it, but Byron, there was 71 points available for the race. He got 65.
That's a good day.
That's a really, and that's what when he was on the post race show, they was asking him like, I know it hurts right now, but this is a really good day. How long will it take you to realize that? He said it'll take a while. He said I know I had a really good day. He said, but right now it just stings
Yeah.
being that close to crown jewel because that would have put him at his second crown jewel for the year. Some people don't even get 1 crown jewel, and that would have been his second of the year. But yeah, Kyle Larson, I just hate it for the guy.
Yeah.
So next week we'll be in Nashville.
Yes, sir. Close to home again.
Yes. It's probably the same distance from here to Talladega.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Might be going to that race actually.
That would be a fun
that'll
race.
Be fun.
Who you got, Clay? Who's your 3 drivers?
I think he's going to do it back to back. I know he's won here before. I think Chastain's going to do it, dude. I got Chastain, Elliott, and Larson. Larson needs to have a bounce back race. Elliott needs a win, and Chastain.
Elliott's won there before.
Yep.
This might be your driver's. It could be his weekend.
I hope it is. He's due for it, especially if I go. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
What you got for it?
I got pretty much the same thing. I got Larson, Chastain, and Logano. Like you said, maybe a bounce back for Larson. Chastain keeps the momentum, and Logano, I didn't hear his name at all yesterday.
He was the Nashville winner last year too.
Yeah.
So
maybe he's fired up and ready for it.
Yep.
Hey, you got Skeet.
I'm gonna keep the train going with Chastain. I think he's got momentum on his side now, and I think he's won there before. I think He'll put a good car, good showing. Larson, I feel like he's pissed off after this week, and you don't want to see that dude pissed off driving.
Yeah.
So
No.
I feel like he's gonna have a good finish, and I'm gonna go with my boy Ryan Blaney. He needs a win.
Bad.
Uh, yeah, let's see if he can stay out of wrecks for this week.
Hopefully.
So we only had one comment on our video, or we had comments, but we only had one question.
Okay.
It looks like a new viewer, Danica Patrick. I wonder if they're going off of your little thing you said
They
last
might
week.
do it.
But they asked, "How did y'all get y'all's nicknames? Chunks, Pete, and Skeeps." Should we start with Chunks? Hey, you want to tell the story?
Yeah, you got to tell it.
Me?
Yeah. Well, we were on a family vacation, and it was a little challenge throughout the day. If I could get some drinks done by the end of the day, then I'd officially be in the family. Well, the room's about 17 stories up. Next thing they know, they find me over the railing, sending chunks down there. Hence the nickname. I'm now Chunks because I threw up.
Forever.
What about you, Park? How'd you get Pete?
Well, you was with us. We started plumbing, and there was a guy there, Tori,
Yeah.
and he asked what my name was when I first started. I was like, Parker. He said, like, Peter Parker? Like Spider-Man? I said, yeah. He said, all right, what's up, Pete? I said, okay.
And we ended up kind of modifying it to Big Pete
Yeah.
because if y'all ain't never seen how tall Parker is, he's about 6'4", 6'5". He's a big guy. So if you ever hear Chunks or Big Pete, that's where it comes from. And then
What you got?
I've been Skeeps my whole life. Could
Yeah.
not tell you where it came from. My dad, if none of y'all know him, he gives everybody a nickname. And he gave me Skeeps when I was real little, and I don't think these guys know my real name. It's just always been Skeeps to them. So that's how I got Skeeps. Is we don't know. It's just been like that.
Steve.
No.
Steve.
Steve is dead.
Steve.
Maybe,
Steven is gone.
maybe if they ask a question, we talk about that one.
Yeah. If you're watching this, Danica Patrick, please ask about the name Steve.
I don't know.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was a real fun weekend. Even without the race, still had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't get to see Chunks any of the weekend, but you
Yeah.
was pretty busy.
Yeah.
I got to see Porter yesterday. We got to watch the race together. That was fun. But yeah, y'all got anything else to talk about race or
No,
anything?
not on the race. We've had a lot of people getting the merch. That's showing the
Yeah.
new hat. That's
Yeah, here's the hat. Y'all have seen the shirts.
turned out a whole lot. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be bad, but to see that it's stitched and stuff
I like that.
for the price, you cannot beat that. That's
No.
quality right there.
Yep.
Yeah, those look really
And
good.
it's a Richardson 112.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all like a Richardson 112.
So they've shown a lot of love on the buying merch for sure.
Yeah, send in pictures and we'll post them either on our any socials or we'll post them on the YouTube after the video's posted with y'all's consent. Obviously, we don't want to post you if you don't want to be posted, but at least send us in so we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking on the website, we see a lot of love and we really appreciate it. 5 episodes in, this is our 6th video.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Boys, this is fun.
Yeah.
I'm
Heck
having
yeah.
a good time. I don't see us going anywhere.
No.
No. I might go home after this. That's about it.
I was gonna stay for a little while. No, we got Nashville coming up. It's gonna be a really good weekend.
Yep.
But yeah, y'all got anything else?
It's good with me.
I think we're good.
All right then. Well, we'll see y'all next week at Nashville. Peace.